Okay, looks like everything is working. So real fast, I am not playing Assassin's Creed anymore, um, because I just like don't like it at all as a game. um, so I'm kind of not gonna do that. So for tonight, um, going to stream Planet Zoo. I am going to actually create a challenge zoo, hopefully successfully. Um, and a challenge zoo, for people who don't know what that is a zoo where you have no access to any of the online features. So, like, you can't trade animals with other players, and, um, sorry, I'm just setting up money. So, yeah, so, like, all of the animals you have access to usually have terrible, like, stats, which means they don't live very long. Also, another note, one of the dogs got spayed yesterday. So you might hear her thrashing about because she's wearing a cone of shame and she is displeased. Um, so I apologize. So really fast, just going to throw some things together. One of the things for a challenge though that I've learned is you have to kind of go very simple in the beginning, because if you do not, then you'll run out of money very quickly. Maybe, here we go. Another thing about money though is I always take out the loan here, um, just so I have a little bit more to work with, because earning money in the beginning can be kind of challenging, especially when they don't give you kind of a lot to start with. Okay, so kind of what I'm gonna do first is set up like this area. Um, I usually do like exhibit animals that breed really quickly because you obviously need money. Um, and then I'll do some sort of other creature, I don't know what yet. Another thing I should probably mention, if you decide to do a challenge zoo, you lose all of your research. So I literally have to start from the very beginning. So like everything that I've accumulated over my time playing, I don't have access to. And she is thrashing. So I'm just kind of setting up everything like for my workers. This is going to be really simple again because you need to have money to be able to make things fancy and cute. Is this the blue one? I think so. Kind of connect these really quick. This is not very pretty. I will make it prettier when I actually can build and make it look better. Okay. Okay, that will do for now. So, these are kind of your exhibit animals. Usually you want to do something that breeds really well. So if you go in here, kind of like your zoo information, I guess, it will tell you in the like data of the species if they breed easily or not. So centipedes, I already know they do, along with most of the spiders. Some of the butterflies do as well, but they kind of require a little bit more space. So I'm probably gonna pick the giant centipede for the first one anyway. Probably this one. Yeah. Okay. So we go not there, we kind of want to line this up in a way that they all connect. Of course it's not gonna do what I want. Let's try this one. Maybe I'm just struggling. There we go. Okay. So these are like 3,000 a piece, so beware how many you're buying initially, because you can easily spend all your money on these, and it's not a good day when you have no money. So we obviously need some staff. I also have everything paused right now because I don't want to spend money when I don't have income, if that makes sense. Because I will have to immediately start paying my loan back as soon as the game starts playing. And I don't want to do that. So, this is going to be rough for a while because I don't have any of the like research that I did previously. So I have to kind of do that again. But we can make this kind of cute at least. Another good tip is to make sure you go to this section and click manage population, because if you don't, you will have like 30 centipedes in here and they will be really, really mad. I usually just leave mine kind of to the presets. If you're trying to go for like certain aspects, you can change it, but I don't really need to do that at this point. I'm really just trying to make some sort of income. Let's see. We don't have a lot of credits right now, so I'm trying not to spend credits. Let's see, what other species? Oh, let's do frogs. These ones are good. You kind of need a lot of these ones though, because they like to have multiple of them. Guess we'll do this one. I think it requires like 10 total population to make them happy. I'm also just guessing on those. I will have to look later to see if I was like actually correct. Again, need to click this, because if you don't, you will have a gazillion frogs. Maybe. Can I? Oh, I guess I cannot click on that frog right now. Let's see. Maybe the snakes. It's sometimes hard to find decent snakes, unfortunately. Climate. I also am not really going for like a theme as of right now. I usually, if I'm putting a lot of effort into it, will do like grassland animals, since I'm in like a grassland area. But I'm not really going to do that this time. Because I have like a few favorite animals that I usually get no matter what, so let's see. Ugh, spider. Brown snake. These guys are pretty cool, but it is very difficult to get them to reproduce, even with like the best conditions. We'll adopt both of those guys. So these credits that I'm spending, you get over time. It also says right there, like, or by like releasing animals, which I have no animals to release at this moment, so I can't really gain any credits. See if there's any. Do not have enough money. So the sloth and all of the butterflies have to have a walkthrough exhibit. So if you're trying to plan, don't get one of those unless you're doing a walkthrough exhibit, which those are a lot more expensive. Oh, there's only males. I guess I should have paid more attention. Okay, that's okay. We definitely need female. Try like 80 and see. So for all of these animals that I'm putting in here, I have to do like their research as to like what like plants they like in their habitat, if they like logs to climb on, or special food when it comes to like actual habitat animals. I'm trying to do this like semi-sort of quickly because I'm sure this is a bit monotonous to some of you. So I did that just to see if my climates, oh my gosh, English is hard, were kind of in the range they need to be. So you can see it's like adjusting. You have to let it play for a few minutes and then it will adjust. But that one, 92 is pretty close and 91 is pretty close. So see, they kind of adjust over time. This one has to go down a little bit more. Like one, maybe two more. There we go. I don't want to let this play too long because I'll have to start paying this back. As you can see, I'm already losing money. Not terrible, but I am. Okay, well, that one was perfect, so. We need two more. And a female Death Adder at some point. Oh, bats are another one that need a walkthrough exhibit. So, don't go buying those. Only one mating event per lifetime. That's not great. What about Gila monsters? That one for sure. We'll just do this one. Okay. So another thing to remember, which sometimes I forget, and you can't make money if you forget, is to put out donation boxes. I usually put them like in between, so then they can like donate for either animal. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna struggle apparently. There we go. Okay, I will have to fix those a little bit later. As of right now, I don't have to worry about any electricity or water because when you start your zoo, your entrance will provide that for you for like a decent span anyways. And if you ever need to know, you can go to your little like heat map and go to power. It'll show you. So that's kind of nice. I guess they're not doing their job because this is not connected. So I should probably fix that. Let's see. Stop. Don't know that I put it like that. The path system sometimes really does not like me. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted at all. I'm struggling. Okay, there we go. I guess I can't connect it like that, but that'll work. It's a little weird. This tree is in a weird spot. Okay. Now, in theory, they should be going to get my exhibit animals. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. Oh, it's like really out of its range. Try 80 and see how that does. Oh, not 3. It is me. Oh, I just pressed all the buttons at once, apparently. Okay. Well, these are fixing. I have to do research for all of these animals now, since we're starting completely over. Oh, hello. That's okay. So, it's kind of the beginning of a challenge zoo. You definitely want to keep an eye on this. And when you're paying back your loans until you're making like a large sum of money, change this to the lowest amount it'll let you. Otherwise you'll go broke very fast. Yeah. I thought that was the arrangement anyway, is you have to upgrade when, or she gets an upgrade when you get an upgrade. Let's see, I want this. This is what I want. Okay. Power. Okay, let's buy an animal. Let's see. Um, I'm debating on, we'll do this guy, and I guess this one. Oh, was that one better? Okay. Oh, now I'm yelling. Okay, so this one is better. I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up so I can see if I'm actually making money. I usually play on like 3 times speed anyway, and then I just pause if things go crazy. So I have like no barriers unlocked really. So I will just improvise. And apparently Hazel is gonna freak out too at the same time. So I need to see if it will let me how much space to give these guys. And I know they have lots of children, so not a bunch, which is not terrible. Oh my gosh, this dog. Oh, I knew this was not size 10. Okay, just kidding. Oh, and now it's not gonna be straight. Oh, and it's gonna be night apparently while I'm trying to build. Apparently Sardine is in our zoo. Okay. Let's see here. So I usually build like more natural looking things because one, I don't have a lot of things unlocked right now, and two, I just think it looks better and it makes your guests happier at the same time. 16 is a little large. Making water area. Oop, too much. And that is not enough. I need to make this a little smoother, otherwise they will not be able to get in or out. And they will be mad at me. Apparently it is just raising it. But that's okay. Okay, so whenever you build, don't make it all the way up here, otherwise they will just go and attack your guests, which I found out kind of the hard way. You have to like have this happy medium of a cliff, sort of, if that makes sense. Curve. Or don't curve. That's fine. So they don't need a ton of space. It's mainly like for them to walk around, really. And now it's gonna storm. Every time I build, like every single time, it either storms or it's dark. And apparently it's gonna do both. Let's see. Um, I need, I think, tropical if I had to guess. Oh, before I forget, I need a way for everybody to get in here. Let's see. Ooh. This is gonna be a little excessive, but it's okay. Doo -doo -doo. Okay. And then, whenever you're building something super far away from your like original buildings, you want to make sure to put a keeper hut somewhat close because this is where they get the food. And your animals will starve to death, 100%. It's tragic. And then you will have protesters and everything will be terrible. So yeah. Do not forget your keeper hut. And then I am looking for, oh, it's in here, okay. These are nice too because they increase your animal visibility, which makes your guests happy. And I like always build 100% and then I'm like, oh, I have to add this. So I'm trying to be good. Okay. Back to what I was doing. I'm going to build them a little cave. I actually can probably put them in here and then pause it again. Just so everyone can see what they look like. Because they're pretty cute. These people are sprinting. So these are my monitors. They're just little guys. Which is why they don't need tons of space. But also since they're in here, I can look at all of this too, which helps me build. Oh, they like grassland. Okay. Too much long grass. Well, I'm gonna turn most of it to rock, so rough. Change that. Not enough rock again. I need them to make up their mind. Okay. So this barrier doesn't actually exist. It's like invisible. So if I don't put rocks or like some sort of other barrier there, they will escape and they will eat my people, which is not ideal when you're trying to make money. So I'm just building them like a little cave. In theory, a little cave. We'll see. No. Ah! And hopefully I can put a waterfall over here. That is kind of my plan. So we will see. Hopefully this doesn't take me like 3 hours. That's not what I wanted. There we go. So I don't think that these guys can like climb necessarily. So like even a little tiny ledge like this should keep them in. Obviously if I hit play and they start eating people, I will fix that. But in one of my other challenge zoos, like my personal one, I have not had them eat anyone yet. So I would like to think that I know what I'm doing. Or I hope I do. Okay. And then I'll add some plants and stuff, and it'll look very cute. Down. So if you don't know the shortcuts, it's X. Z is to rotate, X is to get like your directionals. Which I did not know for the longest time, so it's super helpful. I was like, how do people rotate everything? You just press X. Along with like O is to speed up time and P is to pause. It kind of makes sense there, but okay, let's see. We need a waterfall. Which waterfall is in facilities, I'm pretty sure? Construction, that's what it is. Oh, I just have a statue. Okay. Oh, I don't have them unlocked. Sad. Let's see. Stop everything you're doing. We need waterfalls. I don't know where. Habitats, maybe? We'll try habitats. We need plants. Little baby plants. Oh. No. So you can also use trees as barriers too. So like, this is a really ginormous tree. But if you don't want to do like rocks, or if you don't know how to build mountains, which I'll do at some point to show everyone how, you can use trees. You just have to make sure that like this section will cover or overlap with another tree so they can't just yeet themselves out. Because some animals will, like alligators, they'll just be like, goodbye. Especially the baby ones. They're very obnoxious. Okay, let's see. And then if you're trying to make it look like it fits in with the environment, which it's not going to because this is a jungle type animal, and I'm pretty sure in Africa, you can add plants and stuff to the background, which I do that in a lot of my other videos because it makes it look a little nicer. That you hold control for if you're trying to move it and it's trying to be like sideways. You hold control and you can move it, which is another shortcut, especially if you're doing a lot of building. I thought I had like rhubarb in this section. Maybe I'm blind. So there's like giant rhubarb in the game, which is kind of a personal favorite. Mangrove trees. This is definitely not it. Okay, maybe it's in... Maybe it's a temperate thing. Okay, I don't know. It's definitely not for these guys, apparently. Let's do one of these weird creepy trees. Oh, that's way too much. Too much tilt. That's better. Okay. I might change this really fast so you guys can... Oh, or I won't. I'm too close to the sidewalk. So that way they can run around and you guys can watch instead of me just being crazy. So for this section, I usually do like one of these like baby rocks because there is a cliff here. So in theory, they should not be climbing over this cliff. This section will have to be taller like that. So this rock, I don't like this rock. You can also like change like depth and everything. So if you like a rock but you're like, oh, it's too big, you can just smoosh it into the ground. Like this one I will probably smoosh. So that way I can connect it to my little rocks. Those are too big. That is too small. I guess it is this one. Do I have snap on? It feels like it's snapping. Sometimes it does that, and it's just weird. Like angle snaps. Another thing that you can do is like, if you want your guests to like really enjoy the exhibit, you can take this and move it back here. If you're confident that your animals are not going to escape and murder everyone, and then the guests are like, oh my gosh, I'm in the exhibit. So like if you're trying to make your guests happier, that is always good because they can be rude sometimes. And obviously they pay you money, so kind of have to make them happy. These are like going up. We will make it look prettier. Go down. Oh, I guess I could hit play, huh? So they can like meander. Do monitor things. Okay, so I would like to put a waterfall here. That's like the ultimate goal. So I need like larger rocks here. Edit. No. Oh, the singular post. There we go. So I'm kind of trying to build like a base for a waterfall. When I eventually unlock it, it'll kind of be like this angle. Should probably feed them. We can put it there. And then I need to put in like the viewing dome, which it makes no sense. So the actual like hut thing is in barriers, but the actual dome is in habitat, which I don't really like because I'm constantly trying to hunt it down. Oop. Oh, that's weird. It's gonna let me put it inside a rock, which is also strange. And I think we'll just do 2, because then I can see them sleep. Let's see. Speaking of sleeping, they need some leaves to sleep on. They're happy for the most part, except for enrichment, which I have to research. So they're gonna be angry for a few minutes. Let's put one more of these here, and one by this. Well, maybe not right there. Okay. Let me speed this up because it's gonna get dark. Hazel is gonna panic again. Oh, this tree's like even bigger than that tree. You can also, if you're trying to do like natural barriers, you can do like rocks or whatever and then hide it with like bamboo. Because they will run through bamboo. Like, they will. So you do need something that's a little more sturdy. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about. I probably won't use bamboo, but still. So we have a gift. Okay. Oh, we have a disease in the zoo. Great. So in the challenge mode, like, diseases are a lot more detrimental and they occur a lot more often. On a side note though, we can actually add stuff to this exhibit. So here's like a little centipede over here. A log. Do those. Rocks. So you can actually kind of look at them too if you want. But it's kind of weird because like the bedding and everything's fake, so he's just kind of hiding back there. This one's on a rock. Okay, I have to find my way out. Okay. And then as far as like this is gonna take me a while. But my guests are really hungry apparently. I need like a restaurant or something at some point. Okay, sorry I get sidetracked a lot. Let's see, not the tree, this rock. And then, oh, these are cute. This bamboo is a little excessive. Oh, my mouse is panicking. Panic, panic. We'll use some of these bushes. Okay. So this is kind of what I was talking about. Like you can hide a rock with leaves or whatever. Not that one. That. There should be one that's like more poofy, like this one. Maximum poof. It's a lot of arranging and rearranging to make it look decent. And if you don't ever, like, if you don't know what to do, you can, like, Google things. I have played enough that I kind of, like, know how I like to play. But I will say I do have, like, I've started making videos that, like, show people how to do this, basically, with different species. So, if you're looking for something like that, that, like, is a speed build, I do those as well. I would like for these guys to have babies, because their babies are really cute. They're kind of mad at me, though. I don't think I have any enrichment for them. Well, you're gonna have to figure it out, sir. Also, we're gonna pay you less, too, because you're just grumpy. I don't know what to tell you. Like, everybody else needs a break, too. Okay. Oh, apparently they can have some fish. Which I don't think that the water's deep enough for that. Yeah, it is not. So, we are going to change that. You can also put the viewing domes underwater if you want, which I have not ever done that, so I might attempt to do that, actually. I just want... Yeah, that was counterproductive. I need like one spot so I can make it like semi sort of flat. Or we won't. It'll be fine. Okay. So it has to be at least 4 meters. Which that should be in theory. No, I need the feeder I just put in there. Perfect. I guess I'll try to put a dome down here. I think it has to be flat, which is why it's like obstructed by water volume. I do not know what that means. Did they lie to me? Is that not actually something you can do? Go away. Oh, you just can't put the water in until after? Maybe? That's what it is. Okay. Okay, so you have to put the water after you put the dome. Interesting. Oh, he's like vertical. Sir. I think this is a little steep. He's having a hard go of it. He's also in the earth. Okay. While I'm sidetracked, I'm going to check on my people. Apparently they are grumpy. So these here like show workload for your people. Obviously I don't have a lot of space for my security guard or caretaker to really be like watching and cleaning or like observing. Whereas I do have multiple exhibits and habitats. So yeah, if you don't want to hire more people, you can always train them, but then you'll have to pay them more. So like if I train them, I will have to increase their salary. Which these three at the bottom, security guards, caretakers, and vendors, theirs doesn't usually get really expensive. Even with them fully trained, it's only like, I think, $800. So, I mean, I guess that's good, because at the end of the day, you can have a lot of vendors. Okay, while I am on a sidetrack, food. Let's give these people some food. We'll do Bernie's bakes, I think. Okay. And some soda. Do not need that to be a part of that. Why is this not connecting? Okay, that's weird. You know what? I don't need you anymore. We'll just do without. So if you're going to put down like benches or picnic benches, it cannot be like way over here. It has to be like within this range. Otherwise they will not use them. They just will pretend that they do not exist. Which... Oh, I was about to move that lady. There we go. Ah! Okay. And... that's actually really close together. Let me try again. There we go. And we need some trash cans. So I only have like the bare minimum like base game things right now because I haven't done any research. So if you go in, you can do like all kinds of research. So you can research different animals and different things like to take care of them, enrichment items. You can also look up like themes. Um, Specifically, I like the New World theme and like the conservation theme, but they all have like their own perks. It really depends on like what you like as far as that goes. Where are my waterfalls, sir? I don't think, yeah, where are those? Goodness, okay. I'm gonna zoom back over here. They're just kind of like chilling, it looks like. This is probably gonna be bad, yeah. So my education is 0, which is not great. So a lot of people struggle with education levels. Personally, it's just being redundant. Like, if you want your guests to learn things, you kind of have to beat it into them, pretty much. So once I figure out where I'm going, oh my gosh, it's like I don't even know. So whenever you click on like an educational speaker, it will open up this thing and it'll show you like your education, which I have done, so I don't really care. But what that does, so if I place this and then I place this here too, if I open this back up and I select my animals I want, if this human can move out of my way, it'll show that they overlap, which is actually counterproductive. It will confuse your guests and they will just not know what's going on. So you need to make sure that if you're placing, sir, little kid, can you move? Child. There we go. That there is no red, because now if they stand here and they're looking at the centipedes, they're learning about the centipedes. Whereas if they're standing here and these were overlapping, they could be learning about frogs, which they're not looking at frogs. So yeah, so basically just repeat that for each of your exhibits. These do require power, so if you're building a really big exhibit, you have to have power for these. So it's kind of a bummer. As far as like education wise, the more you research the animal, the more the guests will learn from the animals, like educational speakers, whether it's signs, whether it's like tour guides, because you'll have more information about the animal. So, okay, let's see. Are we making money? We are losing money. Of course. So I'm going to speed this up to daylight and pause it so I can make this into a profitable zoo, hopefully. But we're just gonna lose a bunch of money in the meantime. If it's the same person, oh, it is not. Okay, I will give you another place to sleep. Hold on. I just want it to be daylight. And almost. Staff room. Okay, that will do. Gosh, this is like so not pretty compared to my other zoos. Okay. Hopefully Myrtle will stop complaining now. Okay, you can go sleep now, woman. Oh, and now Courtney is upset. Okay. So if you build a lot of things, you can save them. What I am looking for, which I can't use because I don't have the items researched, so never mind. I was trying to do a shortcut, but it was not happy. Here are some bathrooms, people. this give me? I just want waterfalls. That's all I want, so I can finish this habitat. Okay. I can just do the rest of it, I guess, and then figure that part out later. So, okay, so this is kind of what I was talking about, is the zoo entrance only provides this much. Like, the blue is where the energy, or power, I guess, stops. So if I were to put my educational speaker over here, it would not have any power, therefore it would not work. So you have to put it like within the range, which doesn't really matter because this is like a big space I need to use the speaker for. So now anyone that's walking in this blue area is hearing information about the water monitor, which, let me change that. Okay. So you can see the things I have hearted. These are talk points. So your educational speakers that you hire, which are actually people, not like the others, like oh my gosh, English, educators. You could put down these talk points, so then they will come talk about the animals, throw animals food, basically like let guests interact with them a little bit. This is kind of the seating for it if you want them to sit. I personally don't use it as much because my guests stand a lot of the time. This will not work, but I'm going to put it there so I remember to make power over here. These would be like little TVs that show information about the animals. It'd have like a picture of the animal, things you can read, things like that. And I also forgot to pause this, so we're only down to $20,000. Okay. Let's get some capybaras because they breed like nobody's business. Okay. Speaking of breeding like nobody's business, my exhibit animals have been doing that. So, well, let's sell those. Okay. I think I need another western. Diamondback. I don't remember if it was male or female I needed, so let's look. Oh, it was a death adder. I'm being... Okay, well, just kidding. Now I have extra. And it was a girl. Voila. Okay. Ooh, my mouse is being really angry at me. Okay. I'm going to save this because I have not done that. Okay. Going to sell these ones that I did not need. So, hold on. So this shows all the species in the game. I will say I have all of the packs of the game. So usually there's like an abundance of every animal. Because I'm playing without access to other players, like what they're selling, what they're breeding, I have one of these. Whereas if I was playing like on my actual like career zoo, which is where you trade with other players, it's online, I probably have an option between 50 to 100 different versions of capybaras, but I do not have that. So I'm looking for an animal that's like relatively low maintenance, that produces a lot of offspring, so that I can make some money, but one that is also interesting to the guests as well. Of course, there's like none of these. Okay. These are brand new. They just added these to the game with the update. I actually have never built an exhibit for them, actually. Oh, you can have a lot of them in a pen. Let's see. Don't have enough of those. I could do emu. Okay. It's frustrating because, like, I just want to build a zoo. um, the little penguin might work. Oh, they're expensive. Just kidding. That's too expensive. What about quokka? They're also expensive. Okay, just kidding. Domesticated? Well, hold on, I'm curious. Oh, it's the camels and llamas. Okay. I was like, what? We could do tortoises, but their offspring take like 50 years to mature. So then I just have like a bazillion tortoises. I need like a smaller. I wonder if. So I did a speed build the other day for Eurasian Lynx. And I'm wondering if it has. I have no access to my Steam Workshop. Of course not. And I have no access to this. Of course not. Okay. Let's see. I guess I'll just see what is for sale. Let's do low to high. Okay. We could do Indian peafowl. Actually, that's not a terrible idea. That'll work. Okay. I don't believe. Okay, yeah. 4 males and 16 females. We'll make it for at least 12. Okay, so there's like plenty of space. Okay. So, when kind of planning out your zoo, you want to make sure that you have room in between for your guests to use the bathroom, to eat, to like do things. So, you don't want to do an exhibit here and then right here. Partly because you won't have room to build anything if you need to, and because guests are kind of silly and they walk in groups and they will get confused and they will just walk into each other and then it will just be a mob and no one will be going anywhere and then they will get mad because they're stuck. It's a whole ordeal. So yeah, so at least do it like up here a ways. Otherwise, they will get real upset. So peafowl, we'll do it like this. Nope. Okay, but like, why can I do logic, please? Okay, we'll just do this. And then I will... Why? It really, really, really wants to do that. Well, I really don't want you to. How about that? Oh no, no, no. Go straight. Ha. Okay. I just had to do it in a weird way. So, in EMP file, like, aren't harmful to guests, so you could always do like a walkthrough exhibit. You could use, do I even have that unlocked? Yeah, so you could use like a little guest gate. They can walk in, look at them like up close and personal. I have only done that one time and it did not work out well. My P file got stuck on one side and they were only on one side of the exhibit the whole time. They could not cross over the path for some reason. I don't know if that was a bug or if it was just them being stupid, but they were struggling big time. Okay. We'll do null for this too, but I want it to be like this. So in theory, PFAL shouldn't really care about people. They shouldn't get too stressed out. Some animals, especially like predators, will get really angry if there's too many people around. They'll get super stressed out. Thankfully, the ones that I've picked so far are usually just fine, as long as people aren't screaming at them, which they will do sometimes. We're just gonna connect this right here. So in theory, it's close enough to all of this that they can just use that. Okay, they're still researching. Everything's paused, so it's not going. I just wanted to see if they were done. Okay. Do not need a dome. I need... Ah! Broken. Oh no! There we go. Okay. I clicked too many things at once and it made it mad. Okay. Let's see. DMP file. Speed this up because I need to know exactly what they like. I've actually only had PFAL one other time and they were super mad. So I'm gonna try not to do that this time. Oh yes, you can pay me money, that's fine. Okay. Nope. I would like to click on this bird. So they like just short grass basically and some soil. Can do. Plants. I'm just getting an idea for what they like, so I have kind of a general idea. Okay, so I said I would show you guys how to do mountains. So if you're doing mountains, you have to get rid of your habitat perimeter, because if you don't, it will do this weird thing like this, and it will just leave, oh, I really zoomed in now, my apologies. It will leave like a hole, and it just looks silly. You cannot smooth it out. Like, it will just forever be wonky. So, that being said, let me get rid of this section. We'll do, I know, habitats and we'll do some mountains just to show you. So, you can do in, where you can do like a pit, if you're doing like swimming area, or you can do up. You just change it by control. So, let me see here. So for like mountains, you really don't think about it too much. Really just like put down a bunch of different sizes of these. Let's see, let me delete this so it's not like a random singular mountain. Let me delete a little bit more. And it doesn't really matter if it's like flat, if there's random bumps, because you're gonna mess with it anyway. So after you do that, it's gonna look like weird. It's gonna be all blocky. It's fine. Like, it's fine. So I use a bunch of random tools. You can do flatten to foundation, which is gonna make it, you know, more angled if you want your animals to be able to use them. Don't have your intensity set too high because then it'll just go flat, and that's not what you want. You can do flat the surface, which will literally just carve a hole in your mountain if that's what you want. Like I said, I do a combination of these. I usually have it on like 20%. And I just will go about randomly clicking basically until I have kind of the desired look I want. This is too big. And as you do this more, like, you'll get better at it. It's fine. Like, I will say the first mountains I ever built were just a giant block. And they were really sad. So, let me see. So I'm running into the fence here. So it's being weird. We don't care about that part anymore. You can also make like caves in the mountain, so if you want. So flatten to surface is going to flatten to whatever you're on. So if you're down here, it's going to flatten everything to that level. If you're here, it'll flatten it to that level. So if you want to make like a little cave, you just whoop, and voila, it is a cave. And don't forget to do the outside of the exhibit as well. It looks weird when there's like this nice little mountain and then someone forgot to do the outside. Let me fix this random hole. It'll probably take a few tries to get it like the way you want. I've done this enough that I just kind of work with whatever I make. I just make it into the plan at that point in time. With these being like, they're not gonna climb, I don't think. They might fly. But if you have an animal that's gonna climb out and they're gonna use the mountains, like say it's like rams or something, like Dall sheep, make the outside just a sheer cliff because they will just yeet themselves off of it if you're not careful. So like, just make it like a cliff, just like that, and make it high enough that they're not gonna just do like a leap of faith and just yoink themselves off of there. Because they will, they'll try 100%. A lot of the like jumping animals, like even like jaguars and leopards, they will climb up on stuff and then they'll just leave. They'll be like, okay, goodbye, thank you. Like, so yeah. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave that for now. I'll put some rocks and some plants and stuff in there. But if you're trying to use it as part of your exhibit, and you have an animal that's gonna actually climb on the mountains, which I'm not sure if they will or not, you want to put this on the outside. So that way, like, if they're climbing up here, it's not going to be like, oh, they escaped, because it's going to charge you money if they escape. If they're not going to be doing climbing, you can just put it on the inside, like through the mountain. Since I'm not really sure, I'm going to put it more on the outside. But I can adjust it if I need to. It's like $1,000 every time an animal escapes, which is not ideal, considering I'm trying to make money. So yeah, so if you're a guest, these are what you will see, these little mountains. They're more like little hills, but that's okay. This section's kind of weird, so I'm just gonna make it a little cave for the birds. We'll do some areas that are a little higher to make it not look as weird. Once I connect that, and then just flattening this out a little bit. And then in theory, you'll add rocks around this to make it look a little better. This is a little strange. Don't like this part. Think it'll look better if I add rocks to it. And then here's the fence being weird again. You can't edit like on the fence, which is a bit annoying. Okay, let's add an area for them to get some water. I'm just making kind of like a shallow pool. If you have like flamingos and whatnot, they will wade through the pool, which is kind of cool. If you want to make like an island in the middle and you don't want to use like regular dirt or whatever, you can use rocks as well, and they'll use those. Pretty much any animal that swims will, which is kind of nice. Short. Let's see. Put some soil around this. This will obviously be rocks in the foreseeable future. If you don't want to like paint these, say you're like, oh, I want to make it all a rock, which it looks a little strange if you do it that way, there's an auto paint tool and it'll fix it. It'll be like, oh, that's silly of you. So, but since I'm going to add rocks in there, it should in theory be fine. Add a little bit of dirt. In kind of like the high traffic areas, because that would be logical. Oh, he's already under there. So I'm using this partly as like a house too. So like the guests can come up here, look into the exhibit, hopefully not throw anything in there, because sometimes they'll try to feed them stuff. I once had a tortoise eat a cupcake, which did not go well for him. So yeah. Wait, let's see. I'm going to change this and that. Oh, I can't apparently. Oh, because this. That's fine. Okay, well, let's finish these two exhibits. Let me jump over here and finish this one. I obviously do not have a waterfall, so this side's just going to be rocks. Until I can get one. What did that say? One of the water monitor's habitat walls looks damaged. Well, good thing about rocks is they can't, like, chew through it. So. Okay, they were tropical only. I have to remember this is going to be a waterfall area. There's like a very tiny gap right here. Okay. Throw in a few other rocks. Don't want it to look too flat. Oh, that's not. Okay, well, let me do that again. Guess that was not the rock that was meant to be. Down, spin. Okay, and then when I finally get the waterfall, I'll like add some more rocks here. Do that. At least this side is fenced for now. Okay, take these out. No. So this side's gonna be mainly trees and such, because I want kind of a balance. The whole thing, if it's all rocks, it looks weird. Like if you like it, go for it, but it does look weird. Okay, let's see. Custard trees. What about some bamboo? Seems like a very jungly type thing. Fountain bamboo. Like I was saying, don't be afraid to add stuff on the outside to make it look more dimensional, more like it belongs there. And your guests actually like the scenery if you add a bunch. Add that. Okay. These trees are massive. I don't need a tree that big. These guys are kind of cute. Okay. Do a couple of those. I do like these olive trees. They're very unique. I think I'm gonna do that instead, actually. Do kind of one on the inside. Some little sprouts on the out. And then I need to add rocks so that it looks, well, not that it looks that way, but so that they don't escape. Now that I put this tree there, it's in my way. Okay. So it doesn't have to be 100% on the inside. You just need it to where this blue line goes across the top. Otherwise, oh my gosh, this will drive me crazy. So like if I did it here, they're still gonna escape. So it has to be like halvesies. Okay. Like so. So when it comes to the gates, sometimes there's a weird gap here. You can use like these little rocks and kind of stand them up like this and kind of make it look not weird. So you can kind of do one of those things. You obviously don't want to block the gate itself, otherwise they can't come in, like the zookeepers and the veterinarians, all of that. So like obviously this looks a little strange, but in theory when I'm done it will be plants and it will look better. So we have the bamboo there. So see, you really can't see it too much. like if you're looking for it, you can see it, but just kind of move your plants around to help mask it. Okay. Just trying to kind of complete the edge first, so I don't have trees in my face. So here's that weird gap I was talking about. I might be able to just like, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that. Move this down. Voila. Okay, so now it is totally fenced. So they should not be able to get out. If they do, I can make adjustments. No big deal. Time for plants. So we already have a bunch of bamboo here. So I need to somehow transition out of that. Let's put some little guys. Okay. That's not really, is this for, I feel like these are mainly seen in like Africa. But it says Asia. Okay. Whatever. So these work really well for hiding rocks. I use them actually quite a lot. Okay. Alrighty, so this is coming together quite nicely. I'm actually going to take a short break, so I will be back in a few. Okay, I am back. So I was thinking about this, and I think I'm gonna do this cute little tree, and then just leave the rocks, I think, as long as it's not too strange. And maybe a baby tree. And baby tree on the outside. Oh, this one's cute. I kind of like that one more. Does that look stupid? This one does back there. That one looks stupid. What about... Here's a tomato. Not a weeping willow. I need... the bush that I was using earlier. Hold on. There it is. Okay. Use this bush. Okay. So, if you're doing all of this, make sure that you don't block the gate. So, like, this is kind of sort of blocking the gate, this bush, but I'm hoping it'll be fine. Okay, so it doesn't look terrible. I need to, like, if I'm gonna leave these rocks, make them look a little more natural. Rocks. At least make it look like I meant to do that. I'm doing the mossy rocks because I like them better. There are these guys, but they're kind of like a weirdish brown, red, gray color. Okay. Doesn't look too shabby. Now, to kind of transition and work with some birds really fast, which, if you guys want to see them, this is what they look like. They're probably gonna try to leave, so yeah, he was like, goodbye. That is the female. The males are blue, which I don't have a male in here right now. You can also, since they reproduce like crazy, they really do, you can get like albino versions of them, which are really neat. The monitors that I have on that other exhibit, you can get melanistic versions of those relatively easily. I've never had like a huge problem doing that. I will say I have not done it in a challenge zoo, so I don't know if that changes kind of how that works. Just making sure none of these are exposed. Oh, that is exposed. Okay. Perfect. So then they can kind of sleep under there. They can also hide from the guests if need be. And then we'll do a little bit of bedding in here. So if they want to nap in here, they can. Okay. Now, I think I'm going to do this as more of a grassland and temperate instead of tropical. I was like mid-thought. I was like, do I want this in there? With that being said, there are these giant trees that work great for natural barriers. And they're cute. Okay. Oh, these cherry blossom trees are always pretty. They're kind of conflicting with that though. They're more of a, I feel, tropical type tree. I know I was just talking about I use these a lot, but they kind of make my job easier. So I'm not 100% certain if they're gonna try to fly out. So we'll find out. I guess here in a few minutes anyway. So in order for like the zoo to be super successful, you need to have a couple of exhibits. They don't have to be like super fancy animals, but they need to be animals that like aren't very expensive and not very expensive to take care of. Otherwise, you're going to spend all your money taking care of them, feeding them, and not really like saving it. So I'm trying to like make this. Why are these all so boxy? All these rocks just are little boxes. Whatever. Okay. I'll just make my own rocks. Oop, wrong one. Okay. So, probably gonna add another one there. I will say if you struggle with like rotating rocks or you just struggle with like building, they have this thing in here that's like random rotation and random rotation all. It will change like the rock's orientation. So if you want this rock, it will not look like this the entire time. Sometimes it will look like this, or it could be, you know, like that. Like, it really just changes everything. I personally don't like that because then I don't know that that's the rock I actually picked. Um, so yeah. Okay, let's see. What is this? Japanese maple tree. You can also expand this too, which I will still lose everything either or. I'm looking for, let me get rid of temperate. Don't want, I just need like more trees. These ones don't really, does not scream grassland to me. These ones do. More like savanna grassland, but that's okay. Let me rotate this. Oh, pressing all the buttons. Okay. I need one of these tall ones. Too far. Need some rocks. I'm really starting to think that they're 100% gonna just like leave, but we'll see. Oop. With this being, do we have elephant grass? Looks like no. We have these shrubs. this grass. No. What was this? That'll work. Okay. I was just trying to do like some sort of grass right here around this. Okay. Let me make sure I'm not too. Got like another 15%. Okay. So some animals get mad if you put too many like plants in their enclosure. So you have to kind of balance it out. Animals that are like that, you can do more mountains. Let's see. Rotate. It did not save it, of course. I'm hiding my rock. I'm making taller grass. Okay. Voila. Now from over here, you can probably still tell a little bit that there's a rock there, but I'll put some back here so it doesn't look too abnormal. Okay. Common reeds. I don't really need those. Could do some stalwart bushes over here. Again, I'm just making this taller, which you can't really even tell that I did that. And we're just gonna use this again. Ooh, not that one. Okay. For right there. And I don't want this tool anymore. Voila. Do kind of that far and add a couple more of these trees. Let's do the tall one. Great. There. And then the baby one in the corner. But let's rotate it. Okay. Slowly but surely. So, let's see. I don't want to do these the entire way, but they're going to be this section for sure. I might add some other plants in a minute. Let's see, nature. can't always throw in like some of these little bushes, which look kind of weird now that I'm doing that. I need like not weirdness. Should probably put a rock there first. Otherwise I will never find that space again. Also, it doesn't matter what rocks you use as long as you cover them up. Like, I've been switching back and forth between different rocks, I know. So I'm trying to keep an eye on my money because I do not want to run completely out of money. Let's see. So now it looks a little bit more natural. Oh, that merged all of that, but that's okay. Let me save this. Done quite a lot. Okay. More rocks. I might just leave a rock formation here, actually, because the guests will also enjoy it. And zoom out. And let's do baby rock right there. I think there's like a little gap. Okay, so as far as underneath here, I'm just gonna put rocks there. And then I'll do like a bigger rock formation here as well. I can adjust it just right. So I could look at it from the other side, but I don't want to because then I won't know if it's like actually in the exhibit like I need it to be. Which, it's more than enough in the exhibit, but that's okay. So see, here's this weird like rock portion I was talking about. So we'll just add to it. Make it look interesting. Maybe like this guy. Do like an angle type scenario. Like that. Voila. That's not too out of place. And baby rock there. And then one out here. Okay. Alrighty. Don't really need reeds. Oh, look, grapes. Could do like a fig tree, but that's, it's kind of eh. Okay. I think I might do more of the grass situation. That way it kind of somewhat matches. Oh, well, I guess the rock doesn't really matter. I don't really want the rock. But that's okay. I'll just deal with it. And then split. Advanced move. I don't know if they're gonna get out of this, but we're gonna test it because I don't really want them running all over the place. I think it's fully fenced in theory. Okay, habitat. Let's see. I have no enrichment for them, of course. And then here come all the other ones. So, like I said, the blue ones are the males. And you can tell because they have the longer feathers as well. We're just kind of cruising along. They will puff these up too, which is kind of cool. Injured. Okay, so kind of have to wait and see. Hopefully I will be making some money. And again, don't forget the donation boxes like I almost did. You will not make any money if you don't have those. 90% of your money comes from donations. So, let's see. Let's make this a little more fitting. So yeah, so not bad. I have to continue to research so I can do, you know, like making these like cute little huts, you know, add some signage, making this not look atrocious over here, and then hopefully actually make money. Let's see. There is no power over here. So I need some power. I also need water treatment since I have water. So these will have negative impact on guests. So you need to be careful where you put them in a way that they will still work for what you need them to do. But not have a negative impact. So that is working. And then I need some power. And plenty of power as well. So yeah. Oh, they did escape. They sure did. They said goodbye. That's okay. We'll just make this taller. So whenever you have an animal escape, obviously it costs you money. So I need to not let that happen again. I might end up redoing this. I may or may not be on a raid. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that I am needed this week. But goodbye. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna make sure all these peafowl don't run all over my zoo. Oop, that is sideways. Oh, they're mating. Yes, have the babies. Okay, I actually think I'm gonna stop here. Been playing for a while, like 2 hours, which is kind of my usual stream length. Managed to get a lot done in 2 hours, I'm not gonna lie. Usually, like, one speed build takes me 3 hours, so. Wow, these guys really want to leave. Okay, I'm just trying to, like, I don't even know how he got out. He was on top of this. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna stop here. Hopefully things will kind of pick up. I will actually start making money in theory. Uh, Hopefully. And then, yeah. So hopefully next time I will have more money and can have more animals, all of those things. Build a successful zoo. And hopefully these guys will stop escaping. Um, so thanks for watching. I will see you guys on Thursday. I'm not sure if I will stream this or something else. We will see. I will kind of be figuring that out since Assassin's Creed was not for me. But yeah, anyways, thanks again. And I will see you all on Thursday at like 9:45. So